Alright, today we're going to be talking about Sarah Boone, aka Princess Goon, aka the worst woman in the world to travel with, because she never double checks her luggage. So if you don't know, Sarah Boone was the woman that was convicted of killing her boyfriend, Jorge Torres. Her story was pretty much that on one drunken night, George lay down in a suitcase when she decided to zip it up, leaving a nice sized gap for him to escape from. She moved it around a little bit in a playful manner and then decided to walk away and go to sleep. George was unable to escape the suitcase and was found dead by Miss Boone when she checked up on him about 11 hours later.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. I fell asleep, and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase, so I don't know what happened.
Boone called the police and told them her side of the story. And you know what? There's a little bit of a chance that maybe they believed it. But after they found cell phone video of Jorge begging to be let out of the suitcase, they brought her in for an interrogation.
It's on your phone. You can either explain it or we take it for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Now, Sarah Boone's story and the video did not line up at all. Boone said that it was laughing and joking up until the moment where she walked away. Nothing negative was said, and that George never even asked to be let out of the suitcase. But this was completely false.
Did he say anything to you while he was in the suitcase?
Sarah, I can't breathe.
That's on you.
No, nothing negative.
You should probably shut the fuck up.
Sarah,
I'm telling you. Just anything that he said. Like, we were laughing about it.
Sarah,
You
Sarah.
stupid.
When he was in the suitcase, did you hear him say, please let me out? No. Did you make any jokes about it?
Sarah.
That's my name. Don't wear it up.
Did you make any jokes about, now you're in the suitcase? No. Okay.
When she was confronted with her own cell phone video that she couldn't even watch, she could record it, but she couldn't watch it. When she was confronted with that, she insisted that she really did leave a sizable gap, thinking that he could escape anytime he wanted to.
Well, I thought by not zipping it up all the way, it would be okay.
So today, we're going to be analyzing the video evidence to see if there's any merit to that hole being there. Also, we're going to figure out how long Sarah was standing with him before she left.
There was a very, very loud noise that I heard, probably around 11:15.
From her phone, we know that she took a photo of the suitcase at 11:03 p.m. and it is believed that George was in there at this time.
Did you take this image at 11:03 p.m.?
I don't remember if I did or not.
Was Mr. Torres in that suitcase?
I believe so, yes.
So for 20 minutes?
However long the time frame is.
She then took one video at 11:12 and then another video at 11:23. So that's at the least 20 minutes of George stuck in the suitcase, refusing to let him out. But there are other details that suggest it was much longer than this. She told the police that she went upstairs at midnight and that she knows this because she actually seen the clock.
Recall what time you went to bed?
I know that it was after midnight.
Okay. How do you know that? Like, what makes you remember that?
Because I walked up the stairwell and we have a clock that's on top.
She also claims that she always leaves her phone downstairs because both her and George use that phone.
But no, I don't walk around with my phone on me all the time.
Okay, did you bring it upstairs with you when you were going to bed?
No.
No. Okay. So it stays downstairs.
No.
Or is downstairs with him?
Yes, it was downstairs with him.
Assuming that she made the phone call before she went upstairs, that phone call we know was placed at 11:46 p.m. So that would be in line with her story of going upstairs around midnight. So that means that Sarah stood over George in that suitcase for an hour. I don't know how 5 minutes turns into 60. That shows a depraved mind.
Like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
You know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. I'll give you 5 minutes or so.
She kept saying how funny it was and how both of them couldn't stop laughing. But when you watch the video, you see he's screaming and begging for his life while she's the only one laughing and cursing at him.
You zipped him in there.
Yes.
Thought he was be funny, a little
It
joke.
was. We both were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then I fell asleep.
Do you think
not
he's
able to get
joking?
out.
You told me he was laughing, and
We were before.
the video. There's no
When he
laughing.
first got in there?
As things got more heated during the interrogation, she started saying that she didn't believe him. She didn't really think that he was in pain.
But
you're
the only one laughing.
But I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like I don't.
He's never been locked in a suitcase. That's
No.
where he couldn't get out. So nowhere in there is he laughing. Is he joking? He is begging, and you're the only one laughing.
Okay.
And you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
No.
The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
And as crazy as that is, I wanted to see if there was any merit there. Is there any chance that she really did think that he could have escaped? The suitcase has a top and a bottom. The top side has a handle and the bottom side has wheels. Then on the left it has a flap. The suitcase also has 2 zippers, and in order for it to be closed, the zippers have to touch. Sarah claims George had his head at the top, with his feet at the bottom, and his back to the flap. Based on the videos, that does seem to match.
Or his head is on the opposite side of where you close it. Because there's obviously an open, there's one the suitcase is open, and then when it's shut. And it's obviously, the zipper's on opposite sides.
So if you do this, yes.
Ms. Boone, can you demonstrate for the jury where Mr. Torres' head was and how his body was positioned in the suitcase, if you don't mind?
His back was this way and his head was here.
All right, and then is it fair to say his feet are kind of down here, which would be the front left corner from their perspective in the jury box?
Yes.
So based on Sarah's description and video evidence, I think it's safe to say that George was most likely in this position. But where's the hole?
Show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because there's the end.
And his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no
gap.
hole. There's no fingers. I don't see his fingers. There's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like I don't know what you want me to tell you.
In court, Boone shows us how she supposedly zipped the suitcase up. Even though she said she could easily unzip it from the outside, she's unable to do that in front of the jury.
I mean, I opened it with one finger. But when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside. You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
But you could on the inside too.
That suitcase was not easy to use for anyone. But hey, I'm not a zipper expert, whatever the hell that is.
You have significant experience with zippers?
I use zippers regularly, yes.
Enough to have an opinion as to whether or not a zipper is stuck or not.
Is what? Sorry?
With the position that George was in, that hole would have been in front of his hand. So that does make sense when she says he would have been able to stick 2 fingers out. Yeah, that would make it possible. But with that size of gap, why only 2 fingers? I mean, you could fit a whole fist through that. You could fit a whole hand through that. You could fit a whole arm through that size of a gap. He probably could have stuck his head out of that gap.
With his hand out, it was like this from the corner part.
Okay.
Either way, it doesn't matter, because it wasn't true. I mean, you can see it on her own cell phone video that there was no gap there. There was no hole. And it can't be on the other side, because that's where the flap is. It wouldn't be able to round that corner. So then where was the hole? Was the hole at his feet? That wouldn't do him any good. Actually, if you zoom in, it looks like you can see part of the zipper. Right to the flap, right to the back. That looks like the zipper. The zipper would have been to his back. Yeah, in the second video, you can see it even clearer. That's the zipper. That's the zipper, fully zipped up to the back. This guy had no chance. To escape, he would have had to have known that the zipper was behind him. He would have had to either reach behind him or turn around. Something very hard to do in a small suitcase. He would have had to do it, probably with 1 finger, in the pitch black, with no oxygen. That's pretty much impossible. She put him in an impossible situation. No wonder why he didn't live. No wonder why he didn't escape. There was no gap. And she stood over him for an hour knowing this. She knew, she had to have known that he couldn't have gotten himself out. So even though she stuck to the story, even in court, she stuck to the story of, I really did think he could get out. That's bullshit. There's no way. You can't see, you can't breathe, you can't move, and even from the inside, there's a fabric over the zipper on the inside. So even if you knew where the zipper was and you could touch it, it's completely flat and covered. There's no way to unzip it from the inside. You would need some kind of tool. Yeah. I don't think she intended to kill him. I think maybe she's just trying to punish him. She's probably just so dumb and drunk that she didn't realize what would happen. She probably got up the next afternoon with a big smile on her face and unzipped it thinking, hey there, champ. Did you sleep as well as... Holy shit, you're dead. But again, even if he didn't die, that's still a terrible thing to do to somebody. And as you might already know, Sarah Boone changed her story in court, claiming now that she did it all in self-defense because he abused her a few weeks prior. So we're gonna go over that next time. Subscribe for that. I'm Lord AC. Peace.